Hi again, everyone. I'm Stacy Henderson, and I am here with you now with Miss Heather McGrew from Alsco. She is going to tell you a little bit about their organization and some positions that they have available now. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat during her presentation, and I will relay those to her. Additionally, just after this session, you're welcome to join Heather in the Alsco booth. Be sure when you go into the booth that you select Join Table, and that will connect you all together where you can have a more one-on-one conversation. All right, so without further ado, I will leave it to Heather.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for having me. So I am with Alsco, and I have actually been with them for the last 6 years next month. So I am their HR specialist. So I am going to actually share my screen and kind of tell you a little bit about Alsco and what we do there. So let me put this on here. Okay, so you see that it says Alsco uniforms. That's one of the major things that we're actually trying to push. However, Alsco is a linen company. So we actually process and clean linens. So really kind of anything you can think of, including napkins, uniforms, tablecloths, mats, mops, really anything that you can possibly think of that would be linen is actually done at our facility over in North Charleston. So just a little bit about Alsco. This goes back a long time ago, back to around the 1890s, and it was created with the Steiner Group. George Steiner, back in, looks like around 1890, created the company. And was providing linen service to different type of customers. It eventually moved to Salt Lake City, which is actually where we're still located and headquartered out of in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we currently have, it's just been kind of a family-owned business, and it has now being owned by part of the Steiners still, Kevin and Robert Steiner. So the position that we're actually looking for right now is going to be our feeder folder. So I will actually go into a little bit more detail on exactly what the feeder folder does and what that actually means. We also cross-train for other areas within the plant, one of that being our soil area. But first I will go over the pay right now is at $11.19 per hour. And it will be at time and a half, which is actually $16.79, where there is overtime. And currently we are doing a lot of overtime at this moment in time. Our restaurants and businesses like that are opening up a lot faster. So we have several positions available for the feeder folder. As far as opportunities for growth, there's always opportunities for growth. I actually am kind of a testament to that. Where I started out working their accounts receivable, moved into accounts payable, and now I'm HR. As far as our production facility is concerned, we have some of our production workers who have actually worked themselves up throughout the company at a basic entry-level position like our feeder folder, and they are actually now drivers or route sales representatives is what they're actually called. So here's the positives of working working as a feeder folder. A feeder folder is a repetitive task. It is essentially going to be napkins, pillowcases, or aprons is typically what you would see on an iron. It's super simple. It's just basically laying a napkin down onto a conveyor belt and letting it run it through the machine. It processes it, presses it, dries it, and then folds it and spits it out on the other end. If you're not comfortable with having a lot of interaction with other people, you are pretty much working by yourself. You may stay on shoulder to shoulder with somebody, but as far as actually having to communicate with a bunch of other people, you don't have to do that. You will know the expectations are, we have some feeder folders that have been with our company for 40 plus years. So they are really good at it, and they typically can run somewhere around the neighborhood of about 1,200 napkins through the iron per hour. Now, of course, that's not going to be expected of you from the very get-go. That's going to take some working up to that to get to that. There is no experience needed. It's purely an entry-level position. There is no heavy lifting involved either. And the good news is that we are a first shift facility. The hours are daytime, so we start at 6 a.m. And the typical time to leave in the afternoon is going to be 2:30. However, right now, like I said earlier, we are got a lot of linen to process, so we're actually working till the 4:30 hour. That is Monday through Friday. And we are generally closed on the weekends. So you do have your Saturdays and Sundays off, as well as your evenings to kind of go do whatever you want to go do. So the negatives, it is definitely warm out there. It is not an air-conditioned plant. So especially in July and August, when it is 100 degrees outside, it is warm in the plant and it is warm next to the iron. You're next to that constant heat source. You are on your feet all day. That is one of the other complaints I hear. So we always will tell people to make sure that you're wearing the most comfortable shoes that you can, most likely a pair of tennis shoes. You do not have to have steel-toe boots or anything like that. As far as the clothing that you can wear, especially in the heat, would be you can wear shorts in the summertime to your knee. And if you're an employee of ours, we will assign you a smock for a top, and then probably some sort of hairnet, depending on how long your hair is. The other thing is that your back may hurt. So depending on how tall or short you are to the iron can depend on how much bending over that you have to do, and it's a constant movement. So with that being said, this is kind of a picture of what our iron looks like. As you can see, everybody's kind of standing shoulder to shoulder with each other, and they are actually laying down pillowcases in this example. But it basically lays down to the conveyor belt over and over. As it comes through the machine on the left-hand side, you'll see that it actually has been dried, pressed, and it is getting ready. You can also see the counters there that tells you how many of the napkins or pillowcases or whatever that you have run through in that hour time frame. And then in the lower right-hand corner, you can see that product has been folded. It is all folded by the machine itself. Now, the other thing that a feeder folder could potentially do is we also do sheets, things for medical facilities, for hotels, etc. And basically what you'll see is they'll put each end of the sheet into the clip. And what it will do is it will spread it out. It will pull it into the machine, press it, dry it, fold it, and spit it out on the other side. It's always kind of an interesting process to watch that happen, especially if you hate folding sheets at home. I know I do. So we offer several benefits of being an Alsco employee, including our medical, dental, vision, sick, vacation, and floating holidays. Our medical and vision plans go into effect after 60 days of employment. We do have the dental program available as well. However, everyone in our plant is typically with a union. It's approximately $8.85 per week to join the union, and a union rep would talk to you further about what is the perks and the benefits of joining that, but that's where your dental benefits would be. As far as sick time is concerned, you get 5 sick days per year from your anniversary date to anniversary date. And those 5 days, if they are not used before the end of that year, then you will be reimbursed for them in your paycheck, the following paycheck afterwards, which is always a good plan because with my sick days, I use it or lose it. Vacation is earned as well. So you will get 1 week of vacation after your first year. After your second year, you go to 2 weeks, so on and so forth until you get up to a maximum of 4 weeks. However, most of those folks have been there for quite some time. And then the floating holidays. Floating holidays are a day of your choosing, or what we would refer to as a day of remembrance, and your birthday. So if you want your birthday off, you can have the actual day of your birthday, or you can tie it into the weekend and take the Monday or the Friday, whichever you prefer. All of those are pre-scheduled, so you would have to make sure that that's scheduled because we still have to have staff on the floor. So those are the main benefits that we have. Does anybody have any questions so far that I can answer in regards to working with Alsco and joining our team? I'm not seeing anything on my side. Okay. If not, then I'll be more than happy to meet you at the booth to go over any questions that you may have for me, or I'm also available to do walkthroughs of our plant. So if you'd like to see this in person, I can also do that. Or you're more than welcome to email me. As far as applying, you go to www.alsco.com/careers, and that's where you would find any of our open positions.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Heather. We appreciate your
welcome.
time.
No problem.
And you got a lot to offer. So I posted the link to your career site in the chat. And like you mentioned, if anyone's interested in speaking more with Heather about jobs at Alsco, you can meet her at the booth. The Alsco booth, be sure to click join table when you're in there. Oh, wait, I might see a raised hand.
Oh, no, I thought I-
Nope, I lied. Everybody's good.
Okay, good.
All right. Thanks, Heather.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.